smaller cages where they would keep like all the other small creatures, such as like birds and stuff like that, in cages, and they would have little feeders here and there, all throughout here. And the sound effects you're hearing are the animals that are left in cages, so the squealing and the crows and all that. So yeah, later on we'll see the filtration system and all of that, but continue down through the Ark.
Imagination, because we don't know how exactly it was, but they have covers, they don't have large varieties over here. Even here it has like a kind of interior across. That we will continue on to our exhibits. Here we have a good up view of looking up through the different stories. We will slowly get up through each and every one of them, but there's a center where we can look and see all of them. The Bible says that God took two of every kind, and obviously all species came from those set times. So here for the deer, they have a heterocross, which is a type of deer from Taiwan, and they're just used as an example that all kinds came from one set kind. Here we have a model of the Noah's Ark, but this whole exhibit is an actual life-size replica, which was about 510 feet long, 300 cubits, as the Bible calls it, and 85 feet wide, which is about 150 cubits.
So for those of you that don't know, here at the Ark, they have a whole bunch of stuff to show how creation was, because before the Ark was made, creation was beautiful, the Lord had to destroy the earth. So day 1, in Genesis 1, 1 through 5, we see that he made the earth and light. Day 2, we see that he made the heavens and the earth. And here they have a land of the expansion. They made the firmament where people could walk on the earth where the birds could fly. On day 3, Genesis 1, 9 through 13, it says the dry land and the plants, meaning that all the herbs and all the trees and stuff like that you can eat for food were made on that day. Day 4, the sun, moon, and stars. An easy way to remember that is 4th of July with all the fireworks and stuff like that. Day 4, the sun, moon, and stars. Really great day. Day 5, Genesis 1, 20 through 23 says the sea creatures and the flying animals. This was the fowls of the air and the fish of the sea, being able to swim around and fly, just inhabiting the earth. Day 6, we see that God made man, and truly the animals of the earth. Truly we see that we are made in God's image. He made us last of the crown of his creation. And then on day 7, God rested and said that everything was good, and he took a break from all his creation. So the next time this morning. There you go.
The very beginning of the Bible, it talks about Adam's sin, the fall of sin into the world. We'd go through a step-by-step journey through each of the things that maybe happened. God banishing Adam and Eve out of the garden, the first murder of Cain, murdering Abel, some of the wickedness that happened in the world those days. Civilization began with polygamy and music and worshiping the idols and the violence. Can't help but think it reminds me a lot of the day and age we live in. A godless world, just the wickedness, and they have very vivid artwork of what things might have looked like, as well as display cases of things that may have happened. We see the wickedness of man was great in the earth, killing and slaughtering of God's plan. We have more live displays of this wickedness that may have happened in the world, just to give more of a vivid illustration of it. Talks about the devastation of war, very personal moment now of things that happen in our world, more worshiping of idols and the wickedness that may have happened and the practices that went along with that. We see before the flood just the wickedness that had happened and God's judgment on man. Here we have a display of Noah and what he may have gone through, how God prepared him beforehand to do all the work that took to build the ark, the skills and craftsmanship. Along with his 3 sons, they built this entire ark. As we think about it, though, Noah would have been over 300 plus years when he started, yet he was obedient to what God had called him to do. And God used him mightily to save the whole world among all the animals and everything. It just goes to show that no one is beyond God using them if we are willing, obedient. The Bible says that there was only one ark and a door. This is a beautiful picture of salvation. Noah and his family entered this ark to be saved from judgment. God says salvation through the door. And in Revelation it says, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock." So you have to open up the door and let Jesus Christ into your life. Here we have screens of what they say happened in order for the flood, when God used the flood to, and their water levels rise, creating massive burial for all the animals. The waters overcome and dominate the earth, breaking into fissures and creating mountains. Here a picture of the ark resting on Mount Ararat. The waters start to descend, and we start to see mountains. In Noah's 601st year, they all leave the ark. Puts in perspective how big it is.